Hey guys, did you know the average African is wealthier than the average American? Let's talk about that when I return on the Eric McNeil Be Free Show.
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, welcome. You just discovered the Eric McNeil Be Free Show, where it's all about being financially independent, responsible for self, enjoying life, and empowering others free. So today, I just wanted to talk about this notion that Africans don't have money and Africa is poor, and the various countries within Africa are poor, and all of the money is in the West, and we have this great standard of living and all of that good stuff in the West that they can't do or can't achieve in Africa. So, but I hate to burst your bubble, but actually Africans are wealthier than the average American, and really the average Westerner. I say America, but I mean Westerner, in the Western countries. And it's for a simple reason. We don't own anything in the West. I mean, raise your hand if you own a plot of land in the West. Raise your hand. I bet there's not many hands that go up. I think Bill Gates and Ted Turner and a few other people have purchased all of the land in the West. Not many citizens own land. So there you have it. We own nothing. Everything we have, the standard of living, yes, tends to be high, but that's only because we live off credit, right? So you are borrowing against your future, right? You're borrowing against your children's future, and everything is on credit. So somebody says, hey, they're going to loan you this nice car. I'm gonna loan it to you. So while you are driving the nice car, you say, oh man, my standard of living is immaculate, but you're going to have to give that car back sooner or later. Then what happens to your standard of living? And that's how we live, right? Everything is debt-based, right? So we own nothing. We don't own the house, don't own the car, don't own any real estate, don't own even the iPhone in your pocket. Most of you probably don't own it, or the Android phone or whatever. You go and they have some kind of fancy loan or something, credit scheme that they get you on and say, oh, you can lease it for 2 years and return it, get you another one on the lease. And things like that. Even the furniture you don't own, go lease it. Now, it used to be a long time ago, when people went to buy furniture, they didn't just go out and get all of the furniture at one time, because they couldn't afford it all at one time. They used to go out and get pieces of furniture as they could afford it, because people, believe it or not, in the West used to live without credit. They didn't have all that credit, right? You went out and you purchased a couple pieces of furniture, then 6 months later you may go purchase a couple pieces more. But now everybody wants that instant gratification. So they got a loan program for you, some kind of scheme for you, whereas before, no, even if you wanted to get all the furniture at one time, they would have a layaway program. You would go to the furniture store, you want whatever, they have a layaway, and you put your money down, I got $1,000, I got $200 on this time, and you didn't take anything. You came back and you paid maybe $200 more a couple weeks later, a month later. That was the layaway program. And when you finish paying it off, then you can take your product. You take your items, right? But you were buying it. You wasn't getting it on credit. Now you go there to wherever, rooms to go, whatever, they have this program for you. You know this. You just fill out this application. We'll give you the stuff right now. You agree to pay us this much in interest over time, blah, blah, blah. And you're never going to finish paying that stuff off. You're never going to own it. So it's all credit and debt based now. And when you come to Africa, you don't see all that credit and debt based living. Now they're starting to come here, but you don't see it. When the average African, they have land, you know, they already have some land, and then when they want to build a house, they go out and, you know, they got a little money, they go out and buy some blocks. If you put those blocks in, and then maybe a year later, they might go out and get the rest of the blocks. So they may go out and get some metal for the house. They may go out and get the cement that they need, but they don't buy it all at one time. So people look and they say, man, why is it taking them so long to build that house? It might take them 10 years to build the house. And when we come from the West, we look at that, man, look at all those unfinished houses. That's ridiculous. But when they finish that house is theirs forever. It is theirs. Even if it took them 10 years to manage to build it, because everything they paid out of their pockets for, there was no credit. There's no debt in that. Whereas we want the house so fast. I need that house right now. I need that whole house. Okay, I got a 30-year mortgage for you. At 11% APR for you, or a variable rate for you. Okay. What's my rate? So the variable rate, it might be 0.5% today, but in a couple years, your variable rate, it varies, so it shoots up from 0.5% to 3%. And then the next couple years, it shoots up again from 3% to 6%. And you can't afford to pay it any longer. You can't afford the interest any longer. So they have effectively taken your property. You have to foreclose because you can't afford the interest rate. This interest rate keep going up. Be like, but you signed a variable interest rate. You did that. I didn't know that. The government ought to not let them do that. No, you just learned a valuable lesson. You just learned a valuable lesson. Right? So this is the circumstances that we're dealing with in the West, is that we don't own anything. You go out and get a pair of tennis shoes, and then you want those expensive, I don't know, Nike Air Jordan tennis shoes. Man, those tennis shoes cost $200, and they be like, we got a program for you. You can get you in, and all you have to do, if you don't have all the money, do you have a job? Yeah, I got a job. Okay, you sign this document, and we're going to get you these Air Nike Jordan, whatever they call, tennis shoes. I never owned any of those in my life before. I'm not mad, you know, but I just don't own stuff like that. I don't understand it myself. But many of you seem to understand it to the point that you go in the store and fight over them. But they put you in a program, credit program, and you paying your weekly salary just to pay those tennis shoes off. And so you walking around real fly in those tennis shoes. But, you know, at the end of the day, they coming for you. They're coming for you. Right? You done committed your life to tennis shoes. You went into debt for tennis shoes. And this is how we live our lives. We don't own anything. The tennis shoes, the iPhone, whatever else. We have programs to get it for us on credit. None of that stuff. But here here in Ghana, here in Africa, when you go out to buy some expensive, I don't know, phone or something, there's no program for you to get that phone. And if you want an authentic iPhone, it's going to cost you just as much over here as it's going to cost you over there. It's going to cost you even much more here because you have very high import duties. But if you want that phone, you better have all your money ready. You better have it all ready, right? You're not going to go in there and get it on some credit program because they know they give it to Ghanaian or African on credit or something. Boy, liable not to ever see them again because they, they don't keep tabs on people like that. They're starting to try, but for the most part, they don't, so when that person comes in to purchase that iPhone, that person has to have all the money. It's theirs. And that goes the same with the real estate. When you go to purchase real estate, it's yours. And the people have land. A lot of people already have their own land. And then now they just need to, every few months come up with a little money to purchase the materials to begin building a house. And so the house just comes up slowly over time. But when that house is finished, buddy, that house belongs to them. There's no mortgage on the house. Nobody can put a lien on the house. The house belongs to them. That's self-sufficiency, guys. We don't have that. We had this illusion of the standard of living. America has the highest standard of living in the world. You have the highest amount of debt in the world because you borrowed your lifestyle. Somebody loaned that to you. That's not yours. It's like you go in somebody's nice house for the weekend, very big mansion, and they say, well, you can come in and stay at my mansion for the weekend, and you in the mansion just taking pictures. You know how y'all do on Instagram, taking pictures. What the hell is that about? I had, when my mother got sick, and we hired, and this is off topic, guys, this is off topic, but I remember when my mother started getting sick and the family hired like a nurse, live-in nurse in her house, and the live-in nurse was staying there, like sometimes she would stay overnight and sometimes it'd be like from morning to night to watch over my mother who had fell very ill. And my nephew had told us that he was on one of these social medias, maybe it was Facebook or something, and he saw the live-in nurse just flexing on social media, posting all these pictures. And she said, that's grandmama's house. She in my mother's house, flexing on social media like she, owned the house or something and taking pictures. And so, not even in her own house. So I say that, it's off topic, but I say that to say, that's how we are right now in America. We flexing like we own something, and we really don't own anything, guys. You don't own anything. All of that is an illusion. Somebody's taking it from you, and who's that somebody? It's the bank, the elites. Every 10 years or so, they crash the economy so they can get that back. Gotta fool you into getting it back, let you know it's not yours. It's not yours. Man, get out of here. Let me eat some of my granola. Yep. I'm eating granola and bananas and apples this morning for breakfast. It's good. But anyway, so that's why, guys, the average African is wealthier than the average American or the average Westerner. Because this is how we live our lives in the West. They have gotten us to the point where everything is about credit and debt. It's a debt-based monetary system. Now the sad part about it is that it's coming to, you see it coming to Ghana. You see the banks, pushing these mortgages. So, I don't have a problem against it. That's what you want to do. But I'm just telling you, beware. And that, we haven't even, approached the banks yet. People have asked us, can they finance like the homes in Migrating Culture Crossing? And like, sure you can, go out and get you a bank loan. But we haven't personally approached the banks yet to partner with them. Yeah, but we will. But I just tell you to be cautious of that. Don't think that that's, a panacea to get you a house. Basically what it usually boils down to is you get yourself in this long-term loan, and at some point the economy turns around on you and you can't make the payments anymore. So all of the monies that you paid toward that house, all of your equity disappears, right? The house has to be liquidated, has to be sold, auctioned off, and you lose the house and you paid all your money, so you lost all your money. That's usually what happens. So yeah, so be very careful, of all these loans and credit and debt living, and just live a simple life where, if you can't afford it, then don't buy it. Like, hey, I can't afford that, so I'm not gonna buy it. If over time I just put a little money down, that's like the layaway that we used to know in the West. I just pay a little bit, as I can, but that debt-based system, that's a slavery system. That's just a slick slavery system, people. Okay, so at any rate, you like what we're talking about, go ahead. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead. Visit our website at www.migratingculturecrossing.com. We are building the largest sustainable community of its kind on the continent of Africa, guys. That's Migrating Culture Crossing, right? Completely self-sufficient community, organic food forest, and our ethos is food first. We're planting a 40-acre organic food forest, and we have drilling boreholes in the community. We have mini solar grid in the community, so the community will be completely self-sufficient with amenities such as swimming pool, tennis court, sauna, health and wellness center, top of the line community, guys. And I encourage you to go to our website at www.migratingculturecrossing.com. Check it out, and the homes start from the smallest, which goes for about 41,000 thereabout, to the largest that goes about 153,000. But however, you can purchase during our half price home promo. You get the house for half price, right? So that $153,000 house is now just $76,450. The only requirement to get that is that you have to pay the entire amount up front, and you have to be willing to wait 3 years to get the house. Okay, that's the only requirement if you want to buy that house at half price. Check it out, people. Go to our website, check it out. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Eric McNeil. It's free. And as always, hoorah, ahuru, I be free.